Hello everybody, welcome back to Sin City Living. Jason here bringing you today's video. Now this one especially is going to be a little bit of a quicker video, I'm guessing. Once again, I finally managed to get a couple of emails from you guys. Please email us with any questions, strategies, anything you'd like to see, any games you would like us to film, and we'd be happy to do it. We love to shoot these videos for you guys. So very, very happy to have gotten a couple of emails. So today's email comes from David, and he's talking about a player that retired gentleman that he sees play every week that only bets a $100 don't pass. He says he bets it every turn, but he'll only play it after several passes of the pass line and then a 7 out. Basically, if someone makes their point a few times and then 7's out, then he starts playing the don't pass. He says he's only looking to make $200, and that the player will hop the 7s if one of the come outs gets knocked off. So his question is, even though it's a negative expectation game, his question is, are there people who could beat this game playing only the don't pass line? Or have I ever seen this play? Have I ever seen this play? Absolutely. I mean, the don't pass is, it's just like the pass line, and people that are, and you see a lot of players, not just don't pass players, that wait until there's been several positive rolls before they do their bet. It's the gambler's fallacy. It's the gambler's fallacy. The idea that, like, those players that won't play the place bets after a point is marked until there's been 2 rolls of the dice or 3 rolls of the dice, because after 2 or 3 rolls of the dice, now the dice are warm or something. If it doesn't 7 out right away, that's when you play. And it's just it's honestly, it's nonsensical. It makes absolutely no sense in any form. But it's a gambler's fallacy that the previous rolls affect the outcome of the next set of rolls. It's not true. It's, again, just a lack of understanding of math, of physics, of reality, but it's very, very common. So I do see that with the don't pass. I do see with the don't pass players that will wait until someone has made a couple of points and then they will play the don't. Again, gambler's fallacy, those previous rolls do not have absolutely no impact on the next set of rolls. Now, as far as the meat of his coin, now also the hop in the 7s thing, that makes it actually worse. It makes it even easier to lose. So his question is, are there players that beat the game playing just the don't pass? Well, yes and no. Yes and no. The fact that this player says he's only trying to make $200 and then walk away, that is a positive. That means more often than not, he is probably going to be able to pull that off. I would say he's got a decent chance of pulling that off. Although those come out rolls that have 2 or 3 7s, then a couple of 11s, and another couple of 7s, that's just going to absolutely slaughter him. But if you have a very, very, very small win condition, then yes, you can. And betting $100 with a $200 win condition, absolutely. That is very, very, very much doable. In the long run, will this player beat the game? No more chance than anybody else is going to beat the game. There's no game in the casino that can be beat. Well, there's one game that I have a suspicion might possibly be beatable, but realistically, no game in the casino is beatable. These have been gone over by multiple PhDs in just about every single aspect, every single field that could possibly impact this, to make sure that there is a house edge. All right, that does not mean the game is not fair. The game is fair. There's a house edge. That the game is fair. You know what the house edge is going in. You can win. People do win, but there is certainly a house edge. So no game is beatable. It just can't happen. Players that come in and try and win a couple $100 every single time, I do see players like this. I used to know a player that would do that with the place bets. He had this just one of the worst strategies. Well, one of the strokiest strategies I've ever seen. He was just trying to win $100, just trying to win $100. Then he'd color up, take off, which he did a lot. He'd win his $100 a lot. Here's the problem. When he lost, and I know of 3 times that he lost. When he lost over $10,000. Over $10,000. 3 times. 3 times. That means that just to break even, he had to do his $100 win day 300 times. So basically, it would take him a year to make up those 3 losses. A year of playing every single day, just about. Maybe weekends off kind of thing. Players that do that, to just try and win a couple $100, absolutely, they will win. But when they lose, they might lose $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 trying to chase it. I knew someone that would do the hopping the sevens, and had a system for it. A progressive system, and she would win. And she would win with quite a lot of regularity. She would win, $400, $500, $600 fairly often, and then color up and walk away. However, twice in a 2-week period, she also lost over $15,000. So nothing is beatable. The closest I've ever seen to someone that could beat the game, the closest I've ever seen, I've seen it a couple times, are players that play very, very basic. Either that, I can think of one player that plays like that, plays the don't pass. So they do lays, and they also do 1 or 2 don't coms, a 1 or 2 point molly system. But they play the don't. And I also know another player that plays the pass line and or place bets. And both of them I've seen win way more often than not. The difference with them versus every other player, one, the amount of time. They are more than willing to put in 15, 16, 17 hours or more into the game. And 2, bottomless pockets. Bottomless pockets. I have seen a player be down, one of these players be down $8,000, come back with another 10 grand, buy back in, and just grind out for the next 7 or 8 hours until they finally manage to catch the one hot roll they need to break even. So if you have deep enough pockets, you can keep chasing until you finally catch that big roll. If you go onto a craps table and you play for an entire 24 hours, you're gonna catch a 40, 50-minute roll at some point. It's going to happen. You're going to catch a 45, 50-minute roll at some point, or at least 45, 50 rolls of the dice, maybe even just 35 rolls of the dice, 30 to 35 rolls of the dice. You're going to catch it at some point. Now, if you were playing to actually take advantage of those kind of rolls, then yes, you'll catch up and possibly even be in the positive. So that's the only time I've ever seen someone beat the game. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you so much for the question. We will catch you next time. Bye now.